Whatever. So the question now becomes is, who doesn't make it into the game? So what we do know from the trailers is there was, besides, obviously we know we got 2 new deluxe edition dinos, but we've not seen anything else new. Is the interesting part. So we've seen T-Rex, we've seen Allosaurus, Velociraptor, Baryonyx, Ceratosaurus. Those are all your basic dinos. The Brachiosaurus, well, for the most part, from this game. Your Brachiosaurus, Triceratops, Triceratops, Stegosaurus. Your basic base herbivores. So, we'll take a look. Line up of dinosaurs. See if we can make some. Yes. Mike. Keep it too much longer. Nope. Where'd the game go? Oh, there it is. Let's go. Hi, Meg. I think the Meg is definitely going to be back. Everyone wanted the Meg to begin with. There's a statue of the Meg in the Clark County set, too, so that adds to it. Acrocanthosaurus. Is a popular meat eater. I believe its odds of returning are good. That one, I think that could be cut, might get cut. Allosaurus is in. Albertosaurus, I think has a good chance. I think that one might has a chance. Ankylosaurus is staying in. This doesn't knock off Gallimimus. I could see that one getting cut. Apatosaurus is a super popular dinosaur as well. That's going to keep in. That's from the movies as well. Archelon, the huge turtle. I think I like your chances. Triceratops from the second movie. I think they might make it. Astrolonator, that one might not. Adambarosaurus might not. Barbadeculus, I don't know. Baryonyx will be there. Brachiosaurus will be there. Camarasaurus. You gotta keep some of your sauropods. But that could be cut. Carnotaurus is there. Or that's just Ceratosaurus earlier, didn't I? I meant Carnotaurus. Carcharodon and I can see one of them or Acrocanthosaurus being cut. One of those two. Cerdaculus. I can't. Some of these names are ridiculous, hard to say. That one. You gotta keep some flyers. So put that as a maybe. Ceratosaurus, I think will keep it, stay in the game. Is that Toro? That's very likely. That's a chance to be cut. I think some of our 3 horns might get cut, so I think there is a shot of you being in trouble. Or one we'll talk about a little later, Pentosaurus. So I think there's a shot of you might getting cut. Coelophysis. I hope he makes it back. I hope they see it. Good Triassic dinosaur. The Compy's making it. It's a popular hadrosaur, so I think they'll be in it. Concavity is in the one thing we know. I do think some of our ankylosaurs could be in trouble. That one's named after Microcrite, that one might get to stay. That one's on the fence. I'd hope they keep that. You could use a redesign, but I hope they keep Deinonychus in. I hope Dinocaris stays in. Dilophosaur we know's in because somebody saw there was one of the special thing with them. Dimetrodon. Dinosaurs. They didn't say prehistoric animals, did they? It's a very popular animal. There's a chance it doesn't make it. Because they didn't say anything about prehistoric reptiles or prehistoric animals. It was dinosaurs, marine, and flying reptiles. So we'll have to see. That one could be in trouble. Just based on what they put out there. Diplodocus is safe. This is one of the more popular flying ones. It's from the movie as well. I think that one's safe. Which one of you guys are in the movie? You were in one of the movies, weren't you? Not sure. I think this one has. I think the Dranatus is one of the sauropods that has a chance to stay. Some of the flying ones are maybes. Dryosaurus is like one of the cute, adorable guys. I could see that making it back. The Dunk. I think you got to keep the Dunk, right? You got to keep the Dunk. It's way too popular. Edmonton, that's another popular hadrosaur, so I think that one might be safe. This is one of the turtles that I think is another one of the ankylosaur. I can call them turtles. One of the ankylosaurs that I think could get cut. Elasmosaurus and Plesiosaurus are probably the safest of the long necks. Gallimimus I think is safe. That's in the trailer already. I can see that one. I can see this one being cut. I think that could be cut. I think Giganotus is safe. That could be a. See that could be on the cutting floor. Herrerasaurus, I think could be cut. This one I think this is a possibility as well. Homocephaly is a cute little adorable guy. Stop texting. Oh. Ichthyosaurus is safe. Iguanodon is safe. Indoraptor and these two are the hybrids I think are safe. The cute little bat guy. He might get cut. I think the Kentosaurus could be safe because it's a popular Camp Cretaceous dinosaur. So Stegosaurus and Kentosaurus I think are the safest two options of the armor platers. Where the other ones are on the fence. Oh, then we have Chrono, Liplorodon. Of these two, I think Liplorodon has the best odds of returning, just because Liplorodon's got a super popularity from Walking with Dinosaurs. So I could see that one. I could see Chrono not making it. Listosaurus. On that one. Trying to think of which of the flyers is super popular. So, Pterodon's in, Quetzal's in, there's Dracomino's in. So there's a couple of these flyers. I think a couple of flyers could be cut. Meijung, that one might not make it. The Maiasaur, that's an E, but maybe. Or maybe. Megalodon, I think is in. I think Megalodon. You got to keep the Meg. People get too pissed if you cut the Meg. Metrocanthosaurus, another carnivore. So those are all the. I put that in the maybe list. The Megala, that's a maybe. That's a maybe cut. The Mimi could be cut. Might get cut. The Morris Intrepidus, the baby T-Rex kind of thing. Has it done enough for its one over itself that it's a fan favorite? It might be. It might make it, just because people love it so much. That one might get cut. Mosasaurus is safe. You can see that could get cut. That might get cut. I think that one. I think this one's safe because this one's been very popular. Jurassic World Certopsian. So Triceratops is in. This one is in. Nodosaurus is one of the more popular ones of these, so he might actually be the other. It's going to be Ankylosaurus and Nodosaurus that make it. This is one of the Cretaceous. Crawls out on the rock, which we know the rock is returning. So that would tell me that we're going to have some guys that climb out on the rock. They might add it to other ones to do it like Plesiosaurus and stuff like that too. But that makes me think the Archelon is in, and he might be in. Just because you're gonna have a couple, and you gotta have there's got to be more than one thing that uses the rock for the lagoon. There was a trailer somewhere where you could see the rock in the middle of the lagoon. So that makes me think at least maybe those two are safe. Harangosaurus and the Olara Titan. Of these two, I think the Harangosaurus has the best chance of making it in. I think the Pachy is safe. The Paranamino is safe. I think the Pachyrhinosaurus is safe. I'm making sure I wasn't mixing it up with something else. I think that one's in. Oviraptor. I think there's a good shot. I think Oviraptor has a chance. Plesiosaurus definitely going to make it in. It's just way too popular. So there's we're getting to another one of the Certopsians where we're like Chasmosaurus and Pintosaurus. Or Princeceratops, I mean. Those are iffy ones, man. I can see them not making it. I think there's a shot. That one don't make it. If I heard anything about this one to give us a reason to think that one could get cut. So we're getting out of raptors. This was a Jurassic World dinosaur. I think this one could. So we got the Velociraptor, Deinonychus, the Pyroraptor, the Trociraptor, and the Utahraptor. Like 5 different versions of that dinosaur. Man, could Utahraptor and Deinonychus be the two that get cut on that list? I mean, you figure you can't get all of them. If I had a choice, I would have cut the Pyroraptor and I'd cut the Atrociraptor. I'd keep Utah, keep the Deinonychus, because that's what the raptors technically were supposed to be to begin with. And obviously, you keep a Velociraptor. Those would be the 3 I would prefer making. But Utah and Deinonychus are not in the movies, so those 2 could be in trouble. I definitely think we're going to lose some of the small raptor type animals. Pterodon is safe. That one could be cut. Quetzal's safe. I think there's a shot Scorpius Rex doesn't make it. I think that one could be cut. Might get cut. I don't think. Could be cut. These are ones I could see them cutting because they're just out there dinosaurs. That one maybe. The Shoni, the giant ichthyosaur. Mosasaurus is in. Plesiosaurus is in. Elasmosaurus is in. Plesionoasmosaur, Mosasaurus, Liplorodon, Ichthyosaurus, the 2 that crawled on land. I think you could be in trouble. There's 80 species. How many are going to be lagoon animals? How many are going to be flying animals? If we're looking at possibly 10 of each, I can see some of these guys being in trouble. Well, this says I have 118. Is there a DLC I didn't buy? I don't think so. I don't think I'm missing anybody. That's another one of them that could see getting... Oh, you were using some of the stuff, though. You have a chance. Spinosaurus is safe. Stegosaurus is safe. One of the cute little ones. So we know there's going to be some little ones. There's, what do we say, 7 that don't breed. And I'm only putting in, for sure, 2 hybrids. You could possibly get I think there's 2 new ones in the new movie that could possibly be put into the game. It would be 4. It could be 3 guys, little guys, with Compy being 1. So this could be a little guy that makes it back because he's a cute little itty bitty guy. Dryosaurus is a really popular little guy. Homocephaly's pretty. So I think you're gonna lose some of these little guys too. You're safe. You're safe. I think the smaller packy rhino, you might make it of the 2. I don't think you're making it. Styracosaurus is safe. That's a popular dinosaur. We're going to have a second, something like Gallimimus. I think you might make it over the other one. I'd have to think you'd have to think this one's in. This could be the one on the roof out. With Spinosaurus and Baryonyx making it, and this guy could be put out. The flying ones would get kind of tricky here. Tarbosaurus. I think Tarbosaurus has to be. I think Tarbosaurus is safe. I gotta think that. Therizinosaurus. I think Therizinosaurus is safe. Torosaurus. I think is safe. Triceratops is safe. Troodon doesn't. I think that one could get cut because those don't technically exist. I can see that one getting cut. You're a popular flyer too. T-Rex is obviously safe. Raptor is safe. Tylosaurus. I think the Tylosaurus might stay. Or one of those, Tyler or Chrono might stay. We want to keep a couple of those. The Utah Raptor. So now we're going back to the Utah Raptor guy. Would they cut the Utah Raptor? You could get cut again, and Utarinus could also be on the fence. See, we got some. See, just. So let's go to the Marines. So currently in the game, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4. There's 14 swimmers in the game currently. Out of which, the ones I are definitely safe is the Archelon, the Ichthyosaur, the Meg, the Mosasaur. So 1, or I think Elasmosaurus is also safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 right there. You put Blood Floridon in there, that's 7. You put another source in there, that's 8. So that's 8 swimming, 8 of the 14. So definitely think that one's out. I think you're on the fence. You're on the fence. You might be on the fence, but I think you're kind of safe. And I do think you're in. And you're on the fence. I think you're out. I think you're on the fence. Go with that. The flying ones. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 12 current flyers in the game. We know you're returning. We know you're returning. We know you're returning. I'm pretty sure you're returning, and you're in the trailer. So that's 5 right there that we know that. So that's 5 easy guesses. So you probably being out. I think you two have chances to be in there. I think you're out. You're right there with some combination of these guys. I think we'll keep. I think you. I think might be out. You're kind of a popular one too, aren't you? From the documentaries. But those are the ones. That's the weaknesses I see there. Boop, 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 boop. Wish we could do a little bit more narrowing down than carnivores and that. Possibly. Yes. I already know. I think you're on. I mean, you're in the movie, so I think that helps you out a lot. But like I said, I think we got to get rid of somebody. I think you're out. I think you're on the fence with those 2, 3. I think you're in. I think you're in. Hopefully you're in. Pretty sure you're going to be in. We know you're in. I think you're out. You might be on the fence. You're in. You're on the fence. You're in. I think you're out. You're on the fence. You're in. You're in. Ha! I think you two are out. You're on the fence. I think you're out. You two are on the fence. I think you're out. I think you're on the fence. I think you're on the fence. I think you're out. You're out. You're on the fence. You're out. You're in. You're in. You're on the fence. You're in. You're on the fence. I was going to do it. Herbivores. So just need a quick rundown. Out. Possibly in. In. Out. In. Out. Out. Fence. In. Good chance of being in. On the fence. In. Maybe in. Close to being in. Possibly out. In. Out. Both list. Out. Maybe. Out. In. Getting the flyers here. In. Question mark. Out. 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 In. Out. Ha, you're the most known. So you have a maybe. Out. Possibly in. Maybe. In. Out. 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 Maybe. In. Maybe. In. Out. There. I didn't count my outs, so see if that adds up right there or not. Because I should have counted them up, see if we get to whatever number we need to get to. So my all is 118. So that's I. Did I miss a pack? Oh, yeah. I don't think I did. So, I don't think there's as many cuts as people are making it out to be. You know what? I don't think I bought those, did I? I don't own... Okay, that's why. I didn't buy the hybrids. That's what I'm missing. So, yep, I got everything else. Is there a scroll bar? Fudge. You're just going to make this hard on me, aren't you? Oh, there we go. We can do it that way. So,
experience a brave new frontier of scientific innovation with
Spinoceratops. Oh, there's a fourth hybrid, isn't there? Stegoceratops, Spinoceratops, Ankylosaurus, Spinoraptor. So there's 4 in this pack. Okay. So even with 4... So it's 122. That's what it was, not 100. So 122, 82. I'm assuming that's not counting the... I assume that's not counting the 4 for the deluxe edition. It's 82. 92. So that says 40 that are getting cut. If that's not counting the deluxe edition. And then 2 of them get added back with that. So 38 are getting cut. So, yeah. So that's where I would lean. So I think they'd cut out some of the extra ref. I think like 1/3 of the swimmers, 1/3 of the flyers will get cut. Then they'll narrow down each one. It's like we have a bunch of different types of raptor-like animals. So I think some of those will get cut. Some of the triceratopses will get cut. Some of the stegosaurs will get cut down. Some of the ankylosaurs are going to... So obviously, you're going to take away each from each type group. Some of the sauropods. Some of the big theropods. And then some of your unique ones will probably get the stag. That's where I'm leaning. So we'll have to see if they put out a full list of who's in it, who's out, kind of thing. I think I saw some people put up videos. They're probably projecting just like I just did on who's they think is safe or not. Making this video very, very long. So sorry. Oh, maybe we'll do it in parts. But so yeah, and then some of them might reappear as DLCs. As for other dinosaurs not named yet. So that also, and that's also including the fact that are all 82 of the dinosaurs we already know. Is there anything new we don't have? Is there anything out there that is a dinosaur that we don't ever have, never had? To be fair, Brontosaurus is back on the back as a dinosaur now. It's its own dinosaur. I mean, the only thing would be if we do other prehistoric animals, like mammoths, smilodons, like obviously the mammals, or anything else from before the dinosaurs. Or will we get any crocs? Since we're going to have deep water and semi-aquatic animals. Crap. What's the croc called? What's the big famous croc? I can't think of his name right now. Oh my god, I can't believe I can't. F's in the chat there. F's in the comments for that one. Sorry. Oh my god, why can't I think of the damn croc's name? But people want crocs. You could do a whole croc pack. But you could hold them off and just do a whole croc pack with DLC. Because there's a couple of different popular ones. Call it the Marsh Pack. It also means you could also hold off Dinocaris and put him resell him back in that Marsh Pack. So there's different options you can do here with things. So if you're going to do a semi-aquatic, you could do like a whole marsh kind of pack. Trying to think if there's any other popular named dinosaurs that are out there. Like, let me see, was there anything in Prehistoric Planet we don't have? I think most of the dinosaurs that were in that show are in the game. They did the raptors. They did the tarbosaurs. So yeah, I don't know if they can really surprise us with too many new dinos to put in there. Because I don't know if there's anybody that they were really missing. Besides, like, newer discovered species and stuff like that that are not as well known. Like I said, I think the Spinoceratops is from Camp Cretaceous, though. I'll put that with the Scorpius Rex as a maybe. Like I said, Indom's in, the Indoraptor's in, Scorpius Rex and the Spinoceratops have a chance as hybrids to make it in the game. I think the Frontier created hybrids are all going to be cut again. And they might be resold down the road once again. People will complain, but some people don't want the hybrids. So if you want the hybrid, like I didn't buy that. But that's the only pack I've never bought was the hybrids because I really didn't care about the hybrids. Like the big flaw for the new movie for Rebirth for me is the mutated ones. I was really excited for Rebirth. In fact, that actually lowered my hype for the movie a little bit, knowing that we got, as hard as it is to avoid spoil, I do my best. I watched like the first couple little trailer things, which one shows off the D-Rex, which I think I saw its name a little bit ago, and I don't remember off the top of my head. It's four-armed beast stagnant, walks kind of like a gorilla. So that kind of like, meh. And now that I've heard that there's this other raptor thing with wings. I kind of saw part of that in the trailer. I hate trailers to support, and I hate the fact that there's the Jurassic YouTubers that just post so much shit. Like, stop posting shit. You're ruining the movie. You give away all the surprises from the movie. That's kind of where my hype goes. Regular dinosaurs are enough for me, man. I don't need something worse than regular dinosaurs. A T-Rex, as scary as it is. You don't need the top of T-Rex. A T-Rex is scary. But people are not scared of T-Rexes anymore. We need something scarier than a T-Rex. I'm pretty comfortable with the T-Rex. I'd shit my pants if I saw a T-Rex. And I was walking down the street. But would we get a special pack just for? Would they sell us a pack for the movie? I wouldn't be a map. Could we get a map of that? We also don't know anything about the map sizes. I've seen some people speculating think the map sizes are going to be bigger. I don't really like the campaign map sizes having the weird sizes. I was cool with sandbox sizes being the big giant boxes. I thought it was a great add-on when they did that. I think they're pretty big enough that I think I don't think I was building something one time. I was trying to do like a span of time. I never finished it. Like, we started off in this area. This was my pre-Mesozoic period dinosaur. So I had my Dimetrodon. I had my Dunkleosis in there. I think those are like the only two. I was leaving options for if I added more modded dinosaurs, more modded creatures. I'd add more there. Then I was going to float over to a Triassic area, which is also very lowly represented in the game. That would also probably get some more modded guys. I think we have Coelophysis and Herrerasaurus. I'd have to look for like Platyosaurus and stuff like that. So I could kind of fill out. Or Lissosaurus, I think, falls in those categories too. I think too. So then we'd go to a Jurassic area, which would be obviously a lot bigger chunk. Since we only have a couple early Jurassic, most of the animals we have represent just late Jurassic. We don't have a lot of. I think Brachiosaurus technically is a middle Jurassic dinosaur. And then obviously most of the animals in the game, for a game called Jurassic Park, and a movie, most of the animals are from the Cretaceous period. So now I had a Cretaceous area, and then I could have left it open if I wanted to add, adding like modded prehistoric mammals. Or also we were ended up putting them back. Never finished that park, but it was so freaking massive. So I don't think they really need to up the map size. So I think our map size is right. I just hope they don't shrink it. The modular building can make things. Hopefully everything's optimized well for it, because modular building, especially in Planet Zoo, when you add too much stuff, it doesn't. It puts too much pressure on your computer to be able to run it. So how that will work will be interesting to see. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff about this game. I'm super excited. I'm totally gonna pre-order it. We will be going back to playing that. I might even play some part 2. Maybe give Prehistoric Kingdom another shot. I never really played too much of that because it was really bare bones when I first got it, and I know they've done a ton of updates, and I keep wanting to go back to that, and just to get in the feeling for Jurassic Park, for dinosaur park building again. It's October. That's usually when I like to play horror games. Do a horror month. I like games in October. There's some other good horror games coming out. I don't know. I know Silent Hill is this fall. I didn't even finish the other Silent Hill, the remake. I got a lot of games that I never finish. So probably visit that. So also follow the Twitch channel if you're interested. I will probably definitely break this into pieces. We're at 120 minutes, or an hour and 20 minutes. So maybe do little periods here. But this looks super exciting. I like a lot of the good changes they made for it. Makes me really upbeat for it. So we'll see if any more news comes out. I'm sure they will leak some stuff. I'm sure like some of the YouTubers have already put more out. I've seen a couple other of the interactions. I think some people put out more news stuff that they have from their private event that they went to. They just magically come up with, oh, by the way, I went to a private event. And I got all this extra stuff that I can tell you about the game that a month ago I had to pretend I knew nothing about. Like, oh, we're going to watch the Video Game Awards, see if we get Jurassic World 3. I wonder if they knew when it was going to be released. So they were waiting on Summer Game Fest. All right, but I won't harp on our big YouTubers. We'll give Evo a pass. She's a goddess, so she's fine. But the other ones, I'm on you guys. Until next time, Control out.